good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. This is going to be a good one, as always. Stay tuned. Let's get right into this.
This is the truth about snakes. Everybody in their lifetime is going to encounter a snake friend. Somebody who you thought that had the best intentions for you, but ended up doing you the most grimy way. Now, the snake friend stems from the Lucifer energy. Lucifer.
Did this man just expose the Federal Reserve?
You want to see a messed up building? Just take a look at the Federal Reserve. Created by bankers in 1913. Jacob Astor mysteriously died on the Titanic. It became the central bank of America, where they print money out of thin air and control our monetary system.
Exactly.
And then that same money to the United States on interest. It's also home to the most stolen gold bars and more connections to the Freemasons than George Washington. No wonder why there's cameras everywhere. And the security detail with more manpower than a small third world country. This is who really has the power. It's funny how they call it the Federal Reserve, but the bank literally has shareholders. People own this bank, and it owns us. Why is robbery okay? Why does this building exist? And now I'm about to go inside the room. I'm here for Iraq, Libya's, Hades, and Syria's gold.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm here for
Step outside the door. You move too much.
Very weird. Did this man just expose the Federal Reserve?
Why is he like pressing him like that?
Humans with superpowers. The fastest running man ever caught on camera running 80 miles per hour.
I don't know about that one. Is this real?
Man carrying block that weighs 5,000 kilos or 11,000 pounds.
Oh, wow. I know, man. I know his back
Man
is
is
like...
meditating and starts to glow.
Nah, this is real. This is actually real.
Humans with superpowers.
Especially this dude holding this rock. That was crazy. Yeah, you gotta be a different type of strong to hold a rock like this. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Rapper exposes the truth about Drake.
Tell you a story. So one day I was chilling with my friend Arbery, right?
Arbery.
No, Arbery. And we were in like my Canadian mansion. We was chilling with my friend Arbery. He was like, yo, there's this one kid that's bothering me and I think I'm gonna kill him. And I'm like, yo, what are you talking about, guy? We don't kill people at this level. And it's like, yeah, there's one kid. His name is like X or something like that. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't really listen to these rappers. So come to find out, the kid later on, the kid. And then my friend Arby is like, he's doing this like freestyle thing. He's like talking about how he did the and everything like that.
Hey, the whole team for something like OVO, everybody in OVO something.
And I'm like, oh my God, did you that kid? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, wow. And he was like, this is what we do in the six. And I was like, oh, you're a six god. He was like, yes. And then it was over.
Oh, that was Drake.
No, his name's Arbery. Arbery. He's from Canada, Toronto.
Right, just like Drake.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
Yeah.
What's Arbery's last name?
Go around. Yeah. And he just plotted the whole murder. There's like a video with him and like Travis Scott, and then like Drake. I mean, Arbery is like falling from the sky in like a meteor or something, and then there's like a little kid on the ground, and he looks like X, and the meteor hits X, and it's like amazing how he just told the story in front of everybody, and no one's even noticing. But that's what you do when you're higher up. We people get away with it.
Rapper exposes.
Do y'all think this is real? Because X did say, if I die, Drake did it. Dev, I don't know if y'all seen that live stream when he was on Instagram Live. He said, if I die, Drake did it. So, and Drake is getting exposed right now, so I would not doubt it at all.
Yo,
Okay,
millions of bugs been
I
flying
have
in the
never
sky
seen
and shipping
anything like
weird.
this
Listen.
in my entire life, and I lived in Florida my entire life. Those are all bugs. I thought the restaurant was smoking. Those are all bugs. You can even see them flying, like, dude, you can't even tell on the video how many there are. There are millions and billions and trillions of bugs here right now. All of those lines, bugs. Oh my gosh. They're getting closer to me so you can start seeing them more. Oh, I cannot believe this. I've literally never seen anything like this in my entire life. How is this Ohio? It looks like it's pouring rain. It's literally not even raining. These are bugs. I cannot even fathom how many bugs are out here. This is absolutely absurd. Absurd.
So I know y'all been paying attention to the internet lately. I know y'all been seeing what I've been posting about the ocean. There's something really going on, y'all. Not gonna hold y'all. I do feel like we're going into some type of apocalyptic season, yo. Wake up! Y'all,
Okay, this is
millions
the
of
crazy
bugs
thing.
been
When you know what's going on for real, bro, you don't even have to have 100,000 views and all that shit. You can just have a couple of thousand people tuning into your shit. But see, they got labs that's underneath our feet. The movie they cloned Tyrone showed you just a little smidget of the underground labs.
Yeah.
They got labs that go on for miles underground.
I agree.
Them motherfuckers, they know literally almost everything that be going on, bro. But they just can't make it blatantly obvious. You feel me? So that's why you can see a person that don't even have a lot of followers and shit, but they'll still be kind of like getting attacked and shit like that. Because sentient programs and shit like that can sit at that person. Because the real know, when you know what's going on for real, bro, you don't even have to have 100,000 views and all.
Orange Man
Right,
Bad
though.
was just found guilty and could be going away for a very long time. With Orange Man Bad being the first former U.S. president to be successfully charged with all this, he is now going to be back in court for sentencing on July 11th, just a few days before he is expected to be announced as the nominee for president this year. Now, for those of you that don't even know what I'm talking about, there was this entire case going on for a few weeks now where he allegedly gave money and changed some books around to give somebody $130,000 so that way they would be quiet before he was running for president in 2016. Now, Orange Man Bad says that that did not happen at all, but all 32 counts came back as guilty, and now obviously he's going to appeal it, and we'll see what happens, but people have not swayed who they're voting for after this. And in a post on X where he asked for donations to help fight this, his donation and fundraising website has actually crashed and has not been brought online because of how many people were visiting it to donate to him. So you guys tell me, with the news of today, does that change who you're going to be voting for in November? Orange Man Bad was just found guilty and could be
Dang. So, Donald Trump, when they go to jail? Dang. What do y'all think? This is a distraction? Because don't he supposed to be the president this month? I mean, this year?
Already dropped the video on the Anunnakis. Ain't nobody coming to save y'all or us, period. If they was, they would have been saved these traffic ass kids that's getting ate, and they would have been saved these fucking women and children, everything. It ain't about saving humans. It's about stopping the technology that's stopping the growth of consciousness. That's it. It don't have nothing to do with your bot human Anunnakis. Ain't no.
Someone like was really dropping them spiritual videos, man. That was a good time though. Like, yeah, he was really helping a lot of people. Still with us.
They got you eating the butt of a pig. They have you drinking from the tit of a cow, and when that becomes molded cheese, you eat it. They also have you sucking on the bones of a chicken breast, and then they call it soul food, meaning that it's snatching the soul out of your body. That's why you get so tired when you're trying to digest it, and then you label it or name it the itis. When you hear itis at the end of a word, it means it's inflammation. So when you say you have the itis, that means that soul food diet is giving you inflammation, like bronchitis. That means you have inflammation to the bronchial tubes. The only diet we need is the vegetation. Vegetation runs the nations. It makes you enhance. It makes you feel better. It balances your hormones. This is the medicine given to us from God. It's fuel. We have to stop eating for taste. We have to stop eating for entertainment, and we have to start eating to uplift ourselves.
Yeah.
We have apple juice that comes straight from apples without any preservatives. You can juice them yourselves. They even had the audacity to try to take this apple of Eve off the shelves in America because it was enhancing people, healing people. So they're trying to make it illegal. Family, oh my goodness. They got you eating the butt of a pig. They have you drinking from the...
This may sound rude of me, but if you died from lung cancer, I tried telling you. I tried making you stop smoking, but you didn't stop. You kept on going. And that shows some type of persistence in you, but this is what had to happen. But
I'm reading the comments. I'm not trying to laugh, but people in the comments are like, they're just funny, you know. Come on, dude said this is what had to happen. Like, what? You did say that, though. Dang, bro. I don't know. It's like when you see the comments, it just makes stuff funnier. I don't know.
But I still love you.
I'm not trying to laugh.
I know you're looking down on me. So, thanks, Papa, for everything you've done for me. I love you. Oh, you're in separate recording now. This may sound rude.
What was that? Nah, this. I hope this is fake. Is this fake? I hope this is not real. I think this is supposed to be like a wake up call. I hope so. But if it is, dang, gotta say. He got it said like that, dang.
These are 4 reasons you get random headaches. For number 1, your brain is lacking oxygen. Most people drink soda or juice when getting thirsty, but this can be the main cause of your random headaches. So slow down on all that sugar and give your brain more oxygen by drinking more water. For number 2, you eat a lot of processed food. Chemicals like MSG or artificial flavors can easily cause a headache, and these chemicals are literally everywhere in processed food. It's also very high in sodium and salt, which can cause dehydration. The solution to this is eating more fruits and natural food. For number 3, mental stress. Constantly having things on your mind and worry can leave your brain exhausted. This is why it's important to find inner peace. And if you want extra guidance with this, just comment the word peace and I'll send you something that's guaranteed to help. And for number 4, blue light. Your brain is always being stimulated from the blue light coming from your phone. And if you're always on your phone with very few breaks, this can overload your brain with stimulation and dopamine, which can definitely cause headaches and sometimes migraines. So I recommend spending less time on your phone to make sure this doesn't happen. Share this video with somebody that might need it and hit follow.
Separation is all an illusion.
What do you mean it's an illusion?
We appear to be sitting in 2 separate chairs with a space in between us. But we're all atoms on an energetic grid that's connected and has always been connected. So the space in between us appears to be a distance, but if you go on the quantum level, you discover that we're both local. We're still in the same position, which is the original position. This entire universe is made up of a complete holography. We're living in a fractal holographic matrix, a matrix of light. And it doesn't take away from there being a creator, because what I'm telling you about is the method used to make this creation. The method is a fractal holographic matrix, a matrix of light. Quantum physicists will tell you that a human being exists both as a wave of light and also solid matter. And they got the first image of a wave converting into solid matter on a special type of camera. This is in physics.org. So in wave particle duality, they discovered that everything in the entire universe exists first as waves of light until a conscious observer interacts with it, and then it collapses. Separation is all an illusion.
Thought this image was very interesting. I seen this earlier on Facebook, and I had to share this with the people to get your opinion on it. I personally believe it. I believe they do use geometric shapes to actually bend this holographic light code simulation to their will. Terrence Howard actually made mention of straight lines and certain shapes and how these shapes weren't supposed to be in this particular realm, how everything initially was curvature. They spray the sky with chemtrails that are filled with barium and aluminum. If you look at barium on the periodic table of the elements, its initials read out BA. If you look up aluminum on the periodic table of the elements, its initials spells out AL. When you put them together, it's no coincidence that it spells out DAW. These are things they do in the realm to amplify the satanic influence. These methods of approach and attack are all dark ritualistic practices from secret societies. They understand sacred geometry and things of that nature. They know how to attack us on an esoteric magical level. The thing about it is I've seen certain people laughing and undermining it as if it's ridiculous or something of that nature. People with that ideology are sleeping on an enemy. They don't understand the depths of dark magic and things of that nature. They don't understand it. Thought this image was very interesting. I seen this earlier.
It does kind of look like that Baphomet thing. You know, that synthetic thing. It does.
Throw away your fork. Did you know your digestion is ruined when you use this? Because your body needs to touch the food, so it activates the digestion system. Humans are made with trichromatic vision, which means our brains are wired to seek out color. Because our brains are wired to seek fruit, which is food. Food does not run away from you on legs. It grows under the electric sun to charge your electric body. Have an amazing day, people.
The law of cause and effect says that thoughts are causes and conditions are effects. Your thoughts create the conditions of your life. Whatsoever a man soweth, so also shall he reap. Whatsoever a man soweth in his mind, he reaps in reality. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. In other words, whatever you put in, you get out. And you can't get out without putting in. There's an enormous number of people who want to get out without putting in. They want to become wealthy without making any contribution. They want to have money without creating any value. But it'd be the same as going to the field and saying, I want a crop, but I don't want to put in any seed. The fact is that the universe has a law, and the granddaddy law of the universe is cause and effect, sowing and reaping, action and reaction. And it doesn't matter if you went to the best schools or the worst schools or no schools. It's just a matter of law. And if you get your life in harmony with the laws, everything changes. If you get your life in conflict with the laws, nothing will happen to you except for bad things. The law of cause and effect says,
what really happened when Rihanna signed her contract with Jay-Z at just 16 years old? According to Rihanna, the young singer was given a chilling ultimatum. Sign the contract and walk out the door, or refuse and be forced out the window of the 29th floor. Reports claim she was locked in the Def Jam office until 3 a.m., with Jay-Z insisting there were only two ways out. Jay-Z himself admitted they had a meeting around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, but Rihanna wasn't allowed to leave until the contract was signed. Nervous and starstruck, did Rihanna really have a choice, or was she coerced into her career? You be the judge. Don't forget to follow and keep our content alive. What really happened when Rihanna...
In LA, there's this place, it's called the Comedy Store, and that's where a lot of comedians get their first kind of startup and first buzz.
Oh, okay.
Now, there's a famous story about how it used to be owned, I think, by the mob, and it used to actually be a club before it even was a comedy store, like long time ago.
Right.
The venue used to be a club. Now, there's this comedian, and she decided to stay overnight there. Because I guess she just wanted to like stay because she was tired from work or whatever.
Yeah, okay, sure.
She ended up sleeping at the Comedy Store. This is what she said. She woke up to the sound of dance hall music. And then when she looked around, she saw people from the 1960s dressed and just dancing around her.
That's when I run out of
That
it,
is
bro.
terrifying, bro.
That
is terrifying.
Yeah, go ahead.
And what she did, she ran out of the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And when she was out of the Comedy Store, it was just regular. It was just like modern day society. And she looked back inside, everything changed. It was just like the regular Comedy Store.
She must have been on something.
That's when you double down and you start dancing with them.
Nah.
In LA, there's this place, it's called the Comedy Store, and that's where a lot
So
of...
that's when you double down and start dancing with them. Let's say that's a different type of cap. Maybe that is happening though.
Don't scroll on this video if you want to know the truth about what these companies are doing and how they're hiding the devil in everything. Take a look at this new beer from Monster, guys. Look at this eye. Don't tell me this doesn't look like a reptilian eye to you. Because when you have your blinders off, you start to see these things plain as day when you never were paying attention before. Are we really surprised that this garbage contains some of the most toxic ingredients you can find on the face of the earth? None of these are real ingredients. They are all synthetic chemicals. Citric acid is derived from black mold. And in case you didn't know, the logo for Monster is 666 in Hebrew. This rabbit hole only gets deeper. Watch this video till the end.
Look at your M closely. There's a gap right here in the letter M. It's never connected. So you go into Hebrew. The letter Vav is also the number 6. Short top, long tail. Short top, long tail. You could have here in Hebrew 666 on the can. But my interest is the word monster. What do you see in the O? There's a cross. Okay. What has Christ got to do with an energy drink, let alone the name Monster? So I thought, well, maybe this is a Christian company then. BFC at the bottom of the can. Do you know what that stands for? That's the F word. Big can. In fact, they write it on the side of the can, so I know that's the F word. Okay. Now, do you know what a MILF is? Yes. That's on the box. MILFs dig it, and you will too. This is not a Christian company at all. So why would they have put a cross on the can? Here is the message. Antichrist. 666 in Hebrew. And then the Bible talks about the beast in Revelation. And look at Monster's ad. This is their statement. You see these M's everywhere. Hats, t-shirts, bumper stickers. Is there another agenda here? If God can use people and product, so can Satan. And look at it this way. Even if the M was not the issue, you cannot deny that that is a cross. And what is witchcraft? When the cross goes upside down. Bottoms up. And the devil laughs. Something to think about. Wow. This is how clever Satan is and how he gets into the Christian home and a Christian's life. And it breaks God's heart. Jesus said, my people perish for lack of knowledge.
Don't scroll on this video.
That's crazy, man. They get the truth on everything almost. It's crazy.
I just want to get on here to say this one thing. Why is the time going so damn fast? My goodness. It seemed like soon as I wake up, it's time to go back to sleep. When I go back to sleep, it's time to wake up. And you can't help but notice it because all the days seem like it's running together. And I'm the only one experiencing.
Donald Trump pleads guilty to all his charges. All 34, by the way. Criminal hush money trial. They said that he had to plead guilty. They said his back was against the wall, so he didn't know what else to do. So he said, I did it. You know? Not like OJ, if I did do it. Nah, he said, oh man, it's going to be cheaper just to plead guilty. And that's exactly what he did. All the supporters were in the uproar because they talking about, man, that man was not guilty. That's my president right there. He not guilty. He didn't tell the people to shut up and give him money. He didn't tell all them girls to shut up and give them money. He didn't want nobody testifying against him because he knew something was about to come out that he didn't want to come out. Well, there you had it. We still got a lot more cases to go. That was just the hush money trial. You know, now they got his trials that's supposed to be going on with the ballots and stolen ballots. We'll see how that goes. Well, there you have it.
That's crazy, man. That's how you know we are at the end. We are really at the end, man. It's just crazy, like this dude right here, like
this grocery store was grocery.
Just another reason why this show was canceled.
What do you want?
Daddy needs a new liver, honey. Can you grab one from the organ lab? It's urgent. Also, some booze. Just a little something to make the new liver feel at home.
Sorry, Dad, but JR just cut the organ farming program.
What? I'm supposed to get all the livers I want in exchange for keeping my mouth shut. It's part of my severance. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Oh!
I don't know, Dad. Stop drinking?
Reagan, this is no time for jokes. My organs can't handle laughter.
If you have a problem, then take it up with JR.
But y'all get the point. If you haven't seen Inside Job, you're missing out. Go watch it. It's a good show.
Bro, do you guys see what's happening to the plant life in Cambodia? Look at this, y'all. Not just Cambodia, but look at the fishes in Vietnam. Look at this. Hundreds of thousands of fishes are being unalived in Vietnam, y'all. Check this out. Oh my goodness.
You already know the planet is changing. For this to be happening, something's going on.
You're so sad, but I don't know what to do. It is a natural disaster.
I don't know how to keep the plants alive.
We prepared. We know about climate change. We stored water. We built roofs to protect our peppers from the hot weather. But it was not enough.
In Vietnam, hundreds of thousands of fish are dying. No matter how you look at it, it can feel like the world is on fire. This is the era of global boiling. So the obvious question is, how much heat can we stand? How hot is too hot for the human body? You see, humans are warm-blooded mammals. So we maintain a constant body temperature, that is 98 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. Our bodies are designed to work right at that temperature. If the temperature increases, the system begins to fail. After that, things get dicey because our bodies begin to cook in their own heat, and I mean it literally. For instance, let's consider living in 50 degrees Celsius, which is a new reality for many of us. This is more than 10 degrees above bearable body temperatures. It is toxic heat. So the body overheats, it works in overdrive to cool off, the heart kicks up its rate. The blood thickens. The water quotient reduces, the body begins to dry out, the organs start shutting down, the muscles lock around the lungs, and finally the brain is choked of oxygen. This is a heat stroke. Your body cooks to the point where you have multi-organ failure, and this is one of the many scenarios. Heat is a silent killer, and a selective one. For some, 50-degree temperatures can cause nausea. For some, the same amount of heat can trigger a heat stroke, and for others, it could even mean death. So why do some people suffer more? The answer is tied to socioeconomic status and resources. Those who work outside or suffer from health conditions are the most vulnerable. But we all need to protect ourselves because extreme heat is creeping up fast and we cannot change our circumstances as rapidly. So we need to work with what we have. If you have air conditioning, your solution is the simplest. Stay inside as much as possible. It is not ideal, but that's where...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This new sun, whatever they're calling it, the artificial sun, the simulated sun, whatever they're calling it, this thing is literally not playing around, y'all. It's not playing around. So y'all gotta do what y'all can to stay cool, man. Y'all gotta stay hydrated. H3O2. But yes, this sun is not playing, and it's not even summertime yet. Y'all see the fish in the ocean, they're going crazy. And apparently in Vietnam, they're being unalive. Not just in Vietnam, all over the place, all over the world. A lot of fishes are just being unalive because of this heat wave. But again, you guys, this video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interest.
I wouldn't be surprised if the lakes just start drying up. That sun is different. That's not the same sun from back then. It's definitely not.
So you out for a ride in your Ferrari and Karen just decided to jump up there and start chewing on your windshield wipers. Giving your shit a spirit hug. All on top of your roof. You know how much a Ferrari roof costs? I don't think they even sell the roof part. I think you got to buy a whole nother Ferrari.
What is she doing?
She's also chewing on your Ferrari wipers. Yeah, she's bending it all up. Look at
some people just.
I don't know. What is she doing? What can you do in a predicament like this without, trying to go to jail? She's jumped in it. Fuck it, and she's gonna leave into your car. It's whatever, bro. You gotta let people do their thing.
Nah,
that's what the police usually say.
She ain't finna do anything in my car. Nope. You gotta get out.
Yeah, let her fucking adjust the seat a little bit. Ma'am, the keys are on the other side. It's a push to start. You gotta push to start it. I know you finna go crash it. Go ahead, crash it down the street. Yeah, she just jumped in your Ferrari. Just started doing stuff. Licking it, pressing buttons. She's still looking for the keys. I don't know. But just let me know what you would did in this situation if this just so happened to be your Ferrari.
Are you serious? I really hope this is like a script. Because if that's real shit, that's actually crazy.
Satan is you. It's a metaphor for your lower mind. It's an aspect of your mind that wants the material things, the lust, the desire, the food, the money, the fame, and the power. That is Satan. God is the one that wants the love, the wisdom, and the knowledge. The devil never tempts you. It's your mind tempting you to do the negative things. It's a personification. It's a metaphor. They never want you to figure this out, because then once you realize this, you can no longer blame the devil for manifesting negative things in your life. You manifested the negative things in your life. Everything is a reflection of your mind. Everything is in the mind before it manifests physically.
Indeed.
They never want you to figure this out, because you give away your creative power to them when you believe in an external God or an external devil. Everything is within you, people. Religion's the biggest scam on this earth. Satan is you. It's a metaphor.
I mean, anybody could have created a religion and people would have followed it. So you got a point. You got a point.
Calendar is not quite right.
Wait, what? What is that?
Our calendar is not quite
Our
right.
calendar is quite okay. Not quite right. Okay.
We're
Explain.
supposed to have 13 months of 28 days. With one day, the day of resurrection, Easter, as a neutral day. That's our 365 days. We've actually got 13 constellations, not 12. This same calendar is very close to the Mayan calendar, but it's also very close to several ancient Sanskrit calendars. What does sept mean?
Seven. Yeah, that is true. Seven.
What does oct mean?
8.
What does nov mean?
9.
What does dec mean? It's supposed to be the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th month. Jan is 11. Feb is 12. March is 13. April is our first month. Babies are born in the spring, the 1st of April, Easter.
I was born in April too, so you're right. You're right.
The grass starts coming up, the trees start leaving
You're
out,
right.
the babies are born. That's the first day. Our neutral day, day 1. The day we rest and celebrate the resurrection, the new beginning, the beginning of Christ. April is month 1. And then we lost a month in there. Where is it? What's it called? We know what it's called. I'm not going to reveal it yet, but we know what it's called. But this is the true calendar. The Gregorian calendar is SMU. Shit made up by man. It's to keep us out of our natural cycles.
Yep.
We all vibrate at one of 3 frequencies.
Listen and listen closely, y'all. Everything, and I mean everything, is cat out here. And we gotta really go through everything over, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but it's really time to wake up!
Meet the meat mushroom, one of the world's most expensive foods, costing a
What is
whopping
that?
$10,000 each due to its extreme
2,000
rarity.
each?
This delicacy can
Oh,
only be found
10,000,
in
what
the
you
spring,
said?
and its existence is
Come
threatened.
on, y'all. I gotta replay that.
Meet the meat mushroom, one of the world's most expensive foods, costing a whopping $10,000
$10,000
due
each.
to its extreme rarity. This delicacy can only be found in the spring, and its existence is threatened by severe pollution, pushing it to the brink of endangerment. Nestled deep within the forest, it's a challenge to locate. When freshly plucked, the meat mushroom reveals its uniqueness with a gentle squeeze, releasing a burst of juice that can be savored directly. Its flavor profile is smooth, with a subtle sweetness.
I don't think I would want to drink
chilling
that.
sensation.
I'm gonna
When
look
sliced
too,
open, a transparent gel
good.
layer is revealed. To prepare this culinary gem, it's recommended to collect the juice after picking, then slice it into into small
It looked like
pieces.
something you would
Saute
put on your
butter
hair
onions in a pan.
or something.
Transfer the mixture to a pot and stew it with potatoes, adding rosemary to elevate the flavor. The result is a tender, delicious dish cherished by many in Russia. Some believe it has the power to rejuvenate, with anecdotes claiming it can turn back the clock on aging. However, caution must be exercised when foraging for meat mushrooms, as there exists a poisonous plant with a strikingly similar appearance. You want to try it?
Nah, I don't think I want to try that. Y'all let me know. Would you want to try that? I don't look like something you should be drinking. I don't know. Maybe it tastes like something else. I don't know.
The boxing
I
match
never had
between
it, so.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, scheduled for July, was just postponed, and nobody has any idea of if it's even going to happen. A few days ago, Mike Tyson had a medical emergency on a plane and was seen being taken off on a wheelchair, and that's when questions of if this fight was going to happen started. Everyone started to reach out to Jake Paul, offering to take Mike Tyson's spot because no one thought that Mike Tyson was still going to be able to fight after he was taken off on a wheelchair. And this statement right here says that Mike Tyson met with his doctors and they put him on a strict light workout regimen for the next few weeks with no timetable of him turning back into full fight mode. And with the fight happening on July 20th, now it's completely postponed. Next week, there's supposed to be a press conference to tell exactly when the fight will be postponed till, but as of right now, it's just not going to happen. And the comment sections were filled with people saying Jake Paul should be ashamed and canceling it altogether makes more sense. But you guys let me know, should Jake Paul be fighting somebody as old as Mike Tyson? The boxing match between...
Honestly, I think this is all a distraction and it's all scripted. And honestly, Mike Tyson might lose. I ain't gonna lie. If he loses, that's how you know it's scripted. Just saying. If Mike Tyson loses, it was scripted. That's all I'm saying.
Immortal. They don't want you to know that. They want you to go to school and learn a little bit of bullshit. The kids ain't even learning cursive writing no more. Why? Penmanship is the end-all, be-all to existence. If you don't know how to write, you can't do nothing. Where do you think the first book came from? Somebody's mind. And guess how they got those thoughts? Through meditation, from the cosmos. Why you think they can't figure out how they built the pyramids? Why they so indestructible? That's metaphysics. That's what they not giving us. But guess what? We're taking it back. Because there's an awakening in the midst. Tonight is a full moon. Meditate in it. Cleanse yourself of that negative energy. Stop watching that television. Turn that radio off. Stop eating this genetically modified organisms that they got for your ass to transmutate into what they want you to be, which is nothing. Okay, because that's what they are, and they know that, and that's why they need you to be where they at, so they can try to figure you out, but they're not never gonna do it. Watch that movie Interstellar. It tells you how they have an expiration date. If we're not here, the earth will naturally cleanse itself of its parasites. Are immortal. They don't want you to know that.
That's a deep one. I'm not gonna lie, that's a deep one. Alright, Billy Small like that.
What substances cause the worst withdrawal symptoms? As an addict in recovery for almost 3 years, I can tell you from my own experiences. Number 3, alcohol. It's extremely uncomfortable, especially when the withdrawal is severe. It can even be deadly with seizures, delirium tremens, and for really severe alcoholism, it can be just as bad as opiates. Number 2, benzodiazepines like Xanax and Klonopin. Now these work on the same receptors as alcohol, so the withdrawal is very similar. However, for whatever reason, people report it lasting much longer, with post-acute and extreme discomfort lasting up to weeks, months, and even years in extreme cases. Number 1, opiates. You can really put any opiates here, but in my experience, coming off methadone is the most horrific experience. It's a drug that lasts much longer in your body and even seeps into your bones. The only way I was able to get off was with a rapid detox of ketamine infusions and Narcan drip, IV, over the course of 10 days, stripping all of my receptors clean. What substances?
It's not every day that we get to see something that we can't easily explain. And it's even rarer to actually capture something like this on camera.
This is crazy.
But this is exactly what happens in these next videos that I'm about to show you guys, starting with this video coming in from China.
What is that?
In this bizarre video, a mutant creature washed ashore in China, and it actually resembles a humanoid creature of some sort. Creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
In this next video, a huge and unknown creature washed ashore in Brazil, and someone was actually lucky enough to capture it on camera. Check this out. Some suggest that this could actually be the remains of a whale, but I'm not too sure. To this day, it remains a complete mystery. But I want to know your thoughts. What do you think these creatures are? And have you ever seen anything like this? It's not every day that we get to see something that we can't easily explain.
Who is Enoch? Enoch is half human, half Anunnaki, according to some of the texts. So he's a quote-unquote demigod, supposedly. So he was, his father was a god with a lowercase g, and his mother was a human being. He was special. And these beings that came to visit gave him an appointed date that he would be taken away from Earth. And so he got taken away from Earth, and he then describes the shape of the Earth, the size, the color, everything from space. Gigantic blue glowing sphere. He's then brought back at some point in the future. In the Bible, it seems as if he just disappeared from Earth and he was taken into heaven and never came back. In the book of Enoch, you find out he was brought back. Pretty interesting. Also, what's interesting about Enoch is he came back with some advanced knowledge and understanding about construction techniques. Okay. So all of a sudden, this guy understands and knows how to build megalithic structures. Who taught him this information? Wherever he went, he became a student, and he had this knowledge and this wisdom. Who is Enoch?
If you isolate a newborn baby without any human contact, what language will they speak? Language deprivation experiments, also known as forbidden experiments, were conducted to uncover the fundamental nature of human language and communication by isolating infants from typical linguistic environments. These experiments sought to answer questions.
That's how you know, like, we are old souls for it. Like, how we just come here and just know certain things, you know? And just click like that. It's crazy.
Questions about whether language is innate or learned, and if a universal, natural language exists. One of the earliest documented experiments dates back to the 7th century BCE, when Egyptian pharaoh Psammetichus I isolated 2 infants with a mute shepherd to determine which language they would spontaneously speak. According to Herodotus, the children uttered the Phrygian word for bread, leading the pharaoh to conclude that Phrygian was the original human language. In the 13th century CE, Holy Roman Emperor Frederick II reportedly conducted a similar experiment, isolating infants from human interaction to see if they would develop a natural language. However, the experiment was deemed a failure, as the children reportedly died due to the lack of human contact and emotional nurturing. Another notable, though disputed case of language deprivation involves Caspar Hauser, a 17th century German youth who claimed to have been raised in isolation with minimal human contact. While Hauser did learn to speak and communicate after his discovery, the veracity of his claims and the extent of his isolation remain uncertain. In the 20th century, American linguist Roger Shattuck referred to language deprivation experiments as the forbidden experiment due to their inherent ethical concerns. Isolating infants from language and social interaction deprives them of crucial developmental experiences and can have severe negative consequences for their cognitive and emotional well-being. Despite their ethical implications, language deprivation experiments have contributed to our understanding of critical periods in language acquisition. Cases like Caspar Hauser and feral children, who experienced limited language exposure in their early years, highlight the importance of early language input for normal language development. Current research on language acquisition focuses on studying children growing up in typical environments, using ethical methods such as observational studies and experiments involving controlled language input. These studies have shed light on the complex interplay between innate language abilities and environmental factors in shaping language development. Within the womb, a fetus's auditory system develops rapidly, allowing them to hear sounds from around 18 weeks of gestation. By the 3rd trimester, they can distinguish their mother's voice and the rhythms of their native language. While they do not understand words yet, this prenatal exposure to language lays the groundwork for language acquisition after birth. Babies become familiar with the sounds, patterns, and melody of their native tongue, setting the stage for their ability to discriminate between different languages and acquire language skills later on. This early exposure lays the foundation for their future language skills. After birth, newborns are attuned to human speech and show a preference for their mother's voice and the language they heard in utero. In the first few months, babies communicate primarily through cries, coos, and gurgles. They experiment with sounds and begin to recognize the basic sounds of their native language. Around 6 months, babies enter the babbling stage, where they start to produce consonant-vowel combinations. This marks a crucial milestone as they practice the sounds that will eventually become words. Babbling also helps babies learn the rhythm and intonation of their language. Between 9 and 12 months, babies start to understand words even before they can say them. They may respond to their name, follow simple instructions, and point to objects when asked. Their receptive language develops faster than their expressive language during this period. Around their first birthday, many babies utter their first words, often simple labels like mama, dada, or ball. These early words are usually accompanied by gestures and facial expressions to convey meaning. As their vocabulary expands, babies start to combine words into two-word phrases like more milk or want toy. In the following months and years, children's language skills explode. They learn new words rapidly, grasp grammar rules, and begin to form complex sentences. Their vocabulary grows exponentially, and they start to understand abstract concepts and engage in conversations. Several factors influence language development in babies. The most crucial is exposure to language through interactions with caregivers, reading books, singing songs, and talking to them. Children who are exposed to rich language environments tend to develop language skills faster and have larger vocabularies. Social interaction also plays a vital role. Babies learn language through back-and-forth communication with adults, imitating sounds, and responding to questions. This interaction provides them with feedback and reinforces their learning. Genetics and individual differences contribute to language development. Some children may be naturally inclined to pick up languages quickly, while others may take longer. However, all children have the potential to learn language with proper support and exposure. Language development in babies is a remarkable process that unfolds through a combination of innate abilities, environmental influences, and social interactions. By providing a rich language environment and engaging in meaningful communication, caregivers can nurture their child's language skills and set them on a path toward lifelong learning and communication. If you isolate a newborn baby without any human contact,
it goes to show you how powerful our brains is for real.
There's a theory that each time you wake up and go to sleep, you're in an alternate timeline in an alternate dimension. And each time you wake up, your world changes just a little bit. And it's kind of scary, but it kind of makes sense. Think about it. That's why nobody ever wakes up and has the exact same life. You might have things that are slightly the same, but never the exact same. It's kind of scary to think about. There's a theory that each time you wake up and go to
Ham catches on
Okay,
fire
guys,
in 3 seconds.
listen up. This is going to be a serious.
There's definitely some metals in there. There's no way it's not.
If I would have left that, my microwave would have caught on fire. What is in this ham that is causing it to spark like that? Farmland, you have some explaining to do.
Ham catches on
You guys are going to want to check this out, y'all. Look at the sun in Nicaragua. What kind of sun is this? What kind of sun is this, and what is it doing, y'all? You guys see this? Hold on. Why does it look like there's a huge hole in the sun? Why does it look like there's a huge hole in the sun? This is in Nicaragua, y'all. Look at this.
Somebody said that's Pac-Man.
What is that?
What? That's Pac-Man? No way.
It looks like there's a huge hole, but you're gonna want to look it till the end, y'all, because yeah, I'm not gonna ruin it for you. Look at this until the end, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Why is it so red? Why does it look like there is a bright light in front of another red sun? Y'all see that?
Yeah.
There's like 2 different suns. There's another bigger red sun in the background, right? And look, did you see that? Did y'all see that? It disappeared. This thing disappeared. Oh, bro, there was a huge hole in the sun. Y'all can clearly see it right there. And then over time, it disappeared and went away. Look, it's like it's winking and it's closing. What is going on, y'all? You can clearly see the red sun behind it. Look, you can clearly see there's another red sun behind it. And then this white sun in front of it. Oh my goodness, y'all. Now look. Look at this. Look. It looks like it looks like Pac-Man. It looks like Pac-Man. It's like eating the sun. And then it's gone. Oh, wow. So question, the red sun that's behind there, is that our real sun? And If that is, why is the real sun so red? Why is that? It's literally blood red. Is that white sun obfuscating it? Hiding it? What do you guys think? Listen, I'm just here asking questions so y'all can answer, alright? This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Like, comment, and share for more videos.
Yeah, that is interesting though. It do look like the sun is red. Have you seen that? Yeah, it do look like it's red, kind of red. Maybe it's just radiation.
Your eyes help you diagnose your own health. Pay attention. Your eyes are part of the nervous system and indicate physical and mental health issues. If you're constantly bloodshot red like this indicates arthritis, back issues, Crohn's, high inflammation, or psoriasis. These are your body's warning signals. If the white part of your eyes are yellow, that indicates liver issues or gallstones. White ring on the outside of the pupil, that's high cholesterol and heart issues. Constant redness under the top eyelid means thyroid issues. You know thyroids cause people's eyes to bulge out. It puts more pressure on the eye socket. If you have a white or yellow bump on your actual eyeball, that means too much blue light exposure. You need to protect your eyes. Retinopathy is damaged blood vessels of the retina. This is caused by diabetes or high blood pressure, but in most cases, diabetes. Somebody comment free game and share this to take a friend. Enjoy my Holistic Health University.
That's crazy how like you can tell like what's going on in your body just by looking at your eyes. Dang.
Animals don't use a cell phone. Will I be loved? Will I be fed? Will I have a warm place to sleep? They're minimalists, but they still have intact their higher senses, which are much more refined than ours. Look at that dog can hear things you and I can't hear. A dog knows when you're leaving your workplace at 5 or 5:30, whatever your routine is. The dog knows when you leave work and get into your truck or car and you're homeward bound. He knows. He already knows that. He's aware of that because he can sense it. There is no space-time. He can get into that state where he's not limited by the 3 dimensions that we're bounded by with our 5 senses, because his senses are much more acute, much higher. He works on instinct more, and instinct in the end cannot be deceived. You can't tell lies to the dog. They know. They know when you genuinely love them, and they also know when there's a dog hater in their presence. They know that immediately. We're not even aware. Why is that dog going crazy when you come near him? Well, he senses something in you. It's not. Animals don't use a cell phone. Will I be loved?
We can take a video and look at whether or not there is an artificial artifact added to it or not.
All right, y'all, we're going to skip this one because this is a different size video. We're going to skip this.
A child who isn't loved properly. The answer one might expect is that they start to hate the person who doesn't give them the love they need. But far from it. The reality is that the child becomes filled with shame. A sense that it's profoundly unworthy, dirty, soiled, sinful, ugly, embarrassing. The child is unable to redirect the blame outwards. It doesn't ask, what's wrong with my parents for not loving me adequately? It simply wonders in a forlorn way, what have I done wrong in order to have ended up on the receiving end of my parents' disapproval? The child prefers to attack itself for being bad than to confront a yet more awful possibility that it's entirely dependent for its well-being on inadequate and unkind parental figures. The child searches for explanations for the lack of love it has to endure and comes up with all the wrong answers. It concludes, I've not been impressive enough, and therefore it undertakes enormous efforts to prove to itself and outsiders that it does, nevertheless, deserve to exist. At school, this kind of child might try 7 times as hard as any other to show that it's clever and good. Or else a child may go down an antisocial route and graffiti the nearby underpass as a desperate way of giving outward form to a feeling of badness it's tortured by inside. There is, so sadly, no way out from the burden of shame, available either by trying to be extremely good or extremely a child who isn't loved properly.
That sucks. Like, yeah, I gotta go through that.
Can't hide 100 years in the ghetto. I can sense when a man has a month more than he should.
I can sense when a man has a month more than he should. This is showing you the mentality of wealth for real.
Take a week for yourself.
Thanks. You're
not from around here, are you? You do everything a little too fast.
Ooh. Hold on, what that mean? When you don't have much time, you move fast. Damn, this shit fucking with me.
Can't hide 100.
It's admiration. If you like someone for their looks, it's obsession. If you like someone for their kindness, it's admiration. If you like someone for their money, it's interest. If you like someone through thin and thick, it's genuine commitment. If you love someone because they love you, it's called empathy. If you love someone for the way they make you laugh, it's humor-based affection. If you like someone for their mind and the knowledge, it's intellectual attraction. If you like someone even when you're far apart, it's emotional connection. But if you're confused and you don't understand why you like this person, that's the true love. If you like someone for their looks,
Yeah, I agree. 'Cause if you don't know that, it's like, dang, why do I? You know? Yeah. You right.
Yeah, so this guy right here, this is not your friend. Alright? That is a cabbage moth. Okay, and these cabbage moths will lay eggs on your kale plants, or your collard greens, on your cabbage plants, and they will hatch, and there will be the green caterpillars that eat all.
Okay, so my people out there that grow their own food, have you guys seen these before? Let me know.
All the holes inside your plants. I got a row cover right here that's protecting my collard green plants. So it's actually, and they're looking good too. Alright? There's actually a physical barrier between my plants and the bugs. Here I can't put the row cover because I got the sugar snap peas close to my dino kale, so I had to spray some kaolin right there. Kaolin is a naturally occurring mineral. If y'all want to learn more about how to keep these guys off your plants, you want to learn more about how to grow your food, maintain your crops, get in our club, the Grow Your Own Garden Club. You can actually experience living food. Click the link in the bio. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I would love to know how to grow my own food, for real. Alright, y'all. That's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Got something from it. Send peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Just make sure you take care of yourself. And if the weather is nice, get outside. Alright, get some of that sunlight. Alright, with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.